We're back, ready to go at it again. As we saw in the last video, I was at one point able to duplicate this color exactly, although I went a little bit beyond it by the time I got to painting the thing, so it was off a little bit. The overall effect I'm pleased with, but in watching the previous video, I had a realization that the colors I'm seeing on here are all the same color. They're just different tones of it, light and dark. So what I'm going to do is mix up that color again and make a big batch of it. I got some little containers so I can store paints instead of letting them dry out on paper plates. Then I will mix that with black or white to make it darker or lighter and dab on that shade. I'll put a base coat down of the middle shade and then use the sponge to put on lighter and darker areas of it and then do my speckling over the whole thing. So that's the goal. I might be wrong, but that's my best guess at the moment. So that's where we're going today. Okay. Now, it might be almost impossible to see on camera, but I'm going for this color here, not this one. That's where I went too far. This is the exact match here. But again, it might not show up on that camera. It's a very, very subtle difference. And I bought a new tube of burnt sienna. I also want to say it's a good thing I filmed the last session because I had no idea how I got to that color. Alright, that's what I've got. Pretty close. And now I'm going to mess around with the remains on the tray and see if I can get the right white. Maybe I should just paint the damn thing orange. Green and orange go together well, right? I thought this was going to be easy today. Ah. Okay, I'm going to try for an exact match one more time. Okay. Leave it be at that point for the moment. Okay. More or less dry. That's okay. Even though now it doesn't look right. That does. Okay. Now looking at my leftover colors here. Okay. Those are the colors I have mixed. And what I'm looking is to get a little bit of this lightness in there. And of what I've got available, this is the one that works best. So I'm going to dab a little bit of that in there. Just to kind of get the, I want some variation. So, okay. Now this goes back to my idea a couple of videos ago, a couple of sessions ago, to do the whole tree as a single frond as far as coloring goes. I think that's pretty good now when I get, so I just got to get the dots in there. And I think what I'm going to do is get a piece of screen, a fine screen, and use that and stipple through it to further define those dots. So I got to check and see if I got a piece of screen lying around. So I'll be back when this sets up so I can do the dots. Time to test my stippling brush. I got a piece of screen, but you can see it's too regular and too big. So I folded it in half, which will break it up a bit, and we'll see how that does. And I want to go with burnt sienna. It's very dark. Yes. Good. Boom. That's it. Uh-oh. I just had another idea of how to do those speckles.